I like this kind of structures in the middle of the night. Hopefully it's gonna good look later as well, because I changed some settings. Oh yes, few days and it's Christmas. So I'm meeting my friend in half an hour, and I walked all over here or up here to the bridge to show you this, the St. Paul's Cathedral and the Shard. Look at the top of the Shard. You know, I've been waiting for this for such a long time. We're going to a restaurant called St. Paul's. Is it St. Paul's? Wait, St. John's, sorry. St. John's. We're going there and it's extremely famous of the bone marrow salad with parsley apparently. But you know, all my friends are of this cut out of the same cloth, so they don't drink alcohol and they don't eat meat. They all vegan vegetarians. And now I have a new friend and he eats meat. I said, let's go, I take you there. I really did something with the settings, so we're gonna switch to the mobile. I've never actually been here. I'm talking about the street. I used to go to the other street behind, and you know what? I don't even know where this restaurant is. Just St. John's, but I remember the pictures. So I'm going. I still have 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna have a quick walk around, and I'll find this place. Otherwise, Google. But you know, I don't really like to use Google. I like to find the place by myself. Okay, we found the Nando's, so if we can't get to St. John's, we're coming here. Look at this building, Metropolitan Railway. Okay, this is one of the exit and this is the other one. Ezt így rá kell önteni, mert én ráöntöttem. Right now we are walking in a narrow path, and a couple of days ago when it was snowing and it was like -5, the whole thing frozen solid. It was early in the morning, very early, no cars passing about, and I was walking here, maybe 1 or 2 cars, that's all. I was walking and I slipped. And you know what? I did not believe that it's happening. So my legs were up, up in the sky, and you know, everything upside down. My head was down, and I still didn't believe it that it's happening to me. It just really happened all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, so annoying it was. Not for some reason I still have some reflexes, some instincts left, and basically the way how I fell on the frozen solid path, nothing happened, no injuries, nothing like that. You know, only my pride was hurt. But yeah, that was it. It happened a few days ago, but now everything is sort of normal. Snow disappeared, ice disappeared, everything's fine, but you know, the memory still hurts because it would have been so easy to avoid if I grab onto something or I just maybe walk a little bit more carefully. Well, anyway. One of my British friends told me that everything is important and people eating with their eyes, and this is so true. That's why I think it's one of the best experience for me, because I absolutely love how it is presented on the plate and the whole place as well. This kind of minimalist factory style, I absolutely love it. You know, a couple of times I worked in a factory myself, very physical work, and I absolutely enjoyed that because anyway, I'm from Eastern Europe, so we were growing up in this kind of, you know, if you look around this restaurant, this is the style how I grew up with this kind of buildings around. And when I see this, you know what I think when I see a factory building, the very first thing what I think is that good, because there is work here, so that's great. And of course, you know, if you work in a factory, you know that there are so many people there with a great humor, with great stories, and when you have your lunch break, you going to be entertained really really well. I have only great memories from the time when I worked in factories in Eastern Europe, and right now in these minimalist settings, I feel like, you know, I've been taking back to those times, you know, walking down the memory lane. I love it. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. We finished. It was amazing. We are going to walk for a couple of hours and just chat around Hutton Garden. So it was exactly like how you saw it, probably you saw it on different London vlogs, foodie vlogs. It was amazing. I talked to my friends about it, and they said they used to do it at home as well, but as you see on the picture, the bone was cut in 3 different pieces. But my friend said that what they did is they cutting the bones like half, but in the other way around, and after that you just get the spoon and you just spooned out the things in the middle. But I kind of preferred it like this way because we had lots of tools I never used before to get out the good stuff, and it was amazing. The vibe was amazing. The whole minimalist style of the restaurant was amazing as well. I'm so happy today. So if you turn left, that is the restaurant St. John's, and if you keep moving forward, that's gonna be the Thames, the River Thames. And if you turn to the left, that is the St. Paul's Cathedral. You know, there was like a 20 minutes pitch. I needed to sell the whole idea to eat bone marrow salad in London. I needed to pitch it. And what I said, that this is a classic dish, it's in the top 3 and it's a must, and I sold it. So happy that everyone came. On the picture you see the bones and the bread and a parsley salad next to it. I thought I'm not going to touch that one, but it was prepared in a very special way with onions and capers as well, and you definitely have to put this on the top of your bread. So we got back from St. John's, from Farringdon, and there are a couple of things I had no chance to show it to you because it's one of the oldest meat market in the Farringdon area. It's next to St. John's, and definitely it worth the visit because the whole structure of the building is very Victorian. It's very beautiful, and that was one. And just on the other side of the street there is a place called Fabric, and if you're an East European, that it's most definitely 99% that you went there in the last 10 years at some point, because everyone went there all the time. This is where you made friends. If you moved to a new city like London to work, you had no friends, obviously. 99% that you had, you shared a house or a flat with 10 or more people. But if you were lucky and you did not, but even if you shared, you needed to have some company, definitely. And then you went to the place, which I had no chance to show it to you, but it's next to the meat market, and that is Fabric. It's called Fabric, and I think it had 5, 6 or 7 floors underground. And yes, a legendary place, absolutely a legendary place. But what happened is we came home, and oh yes, and there's another church I wanted to show it to you. We actually went there with my friends, but halfway through when they heard church and when I started to talk about the legends, the life of the saints, they kind of get bored like after 2 seconds, and they said, oh, let's turn back, we're not really interested in the church. But I said that church is very special. It was built in more than 1,000 years ago, and it was a hospital together with a hospital. And Damien Hirst, which is one of the most important modern artists right now, has a Saint Bartholomew's statue in there where he's holding his own skin, and it's like a golden statue, and it's free to see anytime you want to. And I wanted to show it to them, but they were like, oh no, we are not interested. Okay, there are so many things around that area I could talk about, but apparently I am not a good guide. I cannot hold their attention. They have attention span like a toddler, 2 years old toddler. So maybe the only thing I can guide them is to restaurants, because when you say alcohol, when you say food, that is something that, you know, music to their ears, and that's absolutely fine because it's music to my ears as well. But what happened is, when I was leaving my house, look at this, I'll show it to you. So this is champagne glass. We bought this in July when we were in Paris, Disneyland. And this is special. What you see here is, maybe I need to put it closer. These are the Mickey Mouse signs. And we bought it there in the hotel. And what happened is, when I wanted to leave the flat, I wanted to take the camera, and I needed to lean over the table, but you cannot see it because it's just behind the camera. I knocked one of them over, so look at this. It's broken now. We need to go back to Disneyland to purchase another one.